episode of Fix It with Oma. I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited. So today we're going to be looking at why your posts are not getting engagements. Why your posts are not getting engagements and the quick fix. Hello, hello, hello for all those that are just joining us for the very, very first time. So we do this Fix It with Oma. We do it Wednesday by 3 p.m. every week, 3 p.m. West African time. So feel free to join us Wednesday, 3 p.m. every week. So if you visit our channel, you're also going to see all the upcoming lives that we have. You're going to see all the upcoming lives that we have, and you're free to set a reminder for them so that you can join in once it's time. All right. Okay. Engagement is something that gives all of us tough time. It gives us headache. So we are probably struggling in one way or the other with engagement. We've been there. You post something you think is hot, you think is fire, but the engagement, the likes, the comments, the shares are non-existent. And even if you might want to brush it off, that can kill morale. And it gets to even the best of us. It gets to even the best of us. So in this live, I'm going to be talking about the real reasons your posts are not connecting with your audience, and I will also show you how you can fix that. Okay? I'm sure that if I say this, you might have experienced it. And that is when you sit down, you craft, let's say, a copy, you design a graphic, you record a video, you design a carousel, and in your head you're thinking that is brilliant. You're thinking that is brilliant because you've spent hours crafting it. But then it completely flop. You don't get any likes, you don't get any comments, you don't get any shares. Meanwhile, there could be one simple random post that you will make, and in 5 minutes it will go viral. So have you ever posted something that you really had a lot of expectation for, but then it did not go the way you planned? I'm sure most of us have been there. Now, engagement is important, right? Even if you are angry with the algorithm, you're angry with the way it's moving, but engagement is still important. Engagements are what's going to give you likes, what's going to give you comments, what's going to give you shares, saves, clicks. All these things are engagement. And it matters because engagement is equal to your visibility. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, Rashidat. So engagement is equal to your visibility. It's equal to your growth. If you're not getting engagement, you're going to be struggling with growth. So engagement is going to help you achieve growth in your business. And remember that this beautiful thing called algorithm will only amplify the thing that people are already engaging in. It will not say, oh, this person that is upcoming, how am I going to help this person? No, it's the person that is already getting something. It will now push the stuff out even more. So it means that if you are not even getting small engagements, even the one that you're getting, after a while, you will not see it again. Because the algorithm amplifies what people are engaging with. So you see that the system is not easy. Because if it was supporting people that are smaller, you will not say, okay, at least there is hope that I will grow. But where is supporting mostly people that are already getting engagement, it will push their stuff out more. Then here's the hope for people that are barely getting any engagement in their content. So think of your engagements like an applause in your theater. The louder it gets, the more the show goes on. Imagine that, okay, for those of us that may be in primary school, secondary school, university even, you used to participate in dramas and choir and all that, you would know that whenever there's applause, whenever people are clapping, there's this morale boost you get. You will begin to sing with all the energy inside of you, compared to if you were singing or you were acting a drama and the whole place is just quiet as a graveyard. You will not be that inspired. You will not be that inspired to be pushing and to be giving it all your best. So that's the thing about engagement. Sorry, I'm still trying to recover from a cold I had. So my nose keeps getting tickly. All right. So think of it like an applause. So it means that the louder it gets, even you that is the creator, the more morale you have, the more you want to do, the more the show goes on. Which type of engagement do you feel like you care about most? Is it likes, comments, shares? Which one do you feel like you care about the most? Now let's look at the top 3 reasons post flop. Okay, I'm going to make our class quick and snappy as usual. You know, we have the goal of max of 30 minutes and I try to keep to it. So the top 2 reasons that post flop is: 1, you're not speaking to a specific audience. I'm sorry, this is how me and my nose will be doing throughout this life. So you're not speaking to a specific audience. Okay, so when you are trying to talk and you're talking to everybody, you find out that you're going to struggle with getting engagement. If you are specific in your speaking, when you're making a video, you say, moms, are you ready? I have something for you. Moms are going to engage with you. When you come out and you say, moms of teenagers, you even go down and you know that it's this group of people that you're trying to talk to. If you now come and say all the women in Nigeria, you see how broad you're not going in this sense. So you might not get as much results as the person that is, being specific. Let me give you a practical example. So let's say you create a post, and in the post you're talking about how to stay motivated. Now, this is a post that is okay, it's nice. But when we say you should speak to a specific group of people, it's now like you making a post and saying something like how to stay motivated as a busy mom. Or are you a mom trying to start a new side hustle? Here is how to stay motivated. This is you being specific. If you run ads on this, you're going to be jamming a specific group of people compared to the one that you said how to stay motivated. Because one thing about being specific in the people that you're reaching to is that if you're specific, it helps you build a particular group of demographics. It helps you build a particular group of audience. So you can have your own community in a sense. So that's the whole point of speaking to a particular audience, because when you have people of like minds, even without you, they'll be engaging with each other. So you could make a post, even when you cannot even answer all the comments or you're busy, you've not been able to answer, you will see your community members interacting with each other because they are all in the same thing. They are all in the same circle. Now, the second one is your hook is weak. It's weak or you don't have a hook at all. That is the second one. You know, this thing that they say about attention spans, how attention spans are short. So if your first line doesn't stop the scroll, the rest doesn't matter. Okay? So examples of this our stuff, when you're trying to do your weak or no hook. Okay? So it is going to be that it's important for you. You make sure that you are giving them a hook that can capture them. You're giving them a hook that can capture them. It is not just that you're just giving them a hook, because attention spans are short. If your first line doesn't stop the scroll, the rest doesn't matter. Now the third one is no call to action. Okay, posts without direction are going to leave your audience passive. Instead of you coming to say, here are 3 tips for sales, you should be more specific. So after you have given us all the amazing things you need to give us, your call to action is that thing that is going to help us to take action, that's going to make us to take action. So if you tell us everything beautiful, but there is no call to action, then it just means that you just spent, will I say spent, or you wasted your time. Because after everything that you've said, the end is very, very important. So you're going to be saying something like, which of these 3 tips will you try this week? So you can end with a question. Even if you don't know what to say, you can end with a question. This is to try and get them to take action. Now, for your content, so now back to our framework. We have the hook, we have the value, we have the CTA. Okay, so when you're trying to sell to people, you're trying to market to people, you're trying to build that engagement, your hook is the first step. You're opening with a bold question or a statement or something relatable. That is how you start. Okay, so that is how you start. You use that hook to capture them. Use the hook to capture them. Help them to make a bold question. Okay, hello. So this framework of creating your post will guide you. The first step being your hook. The second step being the value that you're going to give. And the third step being your call to action. So your hook is what you use to rope these people in, is what you use to pull them in. You use it to drag them in, okay? And the other one is the value. What value are you going to give them now that you've been able to rope them in? Remember that if you hook them and you don't give them a value, what you just did is something that we called a clickbait. You may have seen such things. You will see a video, they will tell you 7 ways to make $1,000 within the next 7 days. And then you open the video and watch, and it does not tell you anything. It's just talking up, it's talking off. It did not tell you anything about how you're going to make $1,000. It didn't. So you see that particular one becomes a clickbait. So you don't want to just use hook without actually offering the value. The purpose of your hook is not to trick your audience, because if you keep tricking them with hook that you're not going to deliver on, after a while, what will happen is that they will no longer trust you. They will no longer trust anything that you have to say. So you need to make sure that the hook that you're offering them, the value must, it must gel. it must gel with the hook. Okay? So we have the hook, we have the value, and we have our CTA. Just as we have established, your CTA is one of the mistakes that you make. No call to action. So ensure that when you hook them, you give them a value, you must insert your CTA. In fact, if it's long form content like a video, a sales page, I recommend that you put in your CTA multiple times depending on how long it is. If it's like a 90 seconds video, for instance, you could have your CTA in the middle and repeat it in another way at the end of the video. If it's a sales page, you could have your CTA up to 5-10 times depending on how long the sales page or the landing page is. So you hook, you give them value, and then you give them a call to action. Always tell them what to do next. If you don't tell them what to do next, don't complain when they don't do what you were thinking in your head, because they are not in your head. Give them an idea of the next step that you think they should take. Okay? So now, if we're going to use a very, because I wrote down like a boring post title here, consistency is important in business. So I wrote it down, consistency is important in business. Now, this is the title that you can do a video on, you can do a carousel, you can just do a simple graphic on, and it's all good. But it's not going to get you the kind of engagement that you're looking for. It's not going to get you that kind of engagement. The kind of engagement that you're looking for, you need to rewrite it using this our hook, value, and call to action. So your hook can be something like, if you've ever wondered why your posts aren't working, here is the secret. It's consistency. So if it's like a graphic, the consistency can be written down. If it's a video, you don't even have to write it. You just leave that first part of, if you've ever wondered why your posts aren't working, here is the secret. So that anybody that is curious about the secret can now watch the video. Then in the value part, you now explain why consistency builds trust and why it builds visibility. For your call to action, you can say something like, what's one way you can show up consistently this week? Drop it below. This is consistency. So you find out that it's like, instead of you to start your video and say, hey guys, hello, my name is Ihoma, and I'm here to tell you that consistency is important in business. This is because when you're consistent, it builds trust. When people are going to easily swipe through that kind of video and swipe through that kind of graphics. It's not that these kind of posts aren't valuable, but remember, we're looking at building engagement here. So if you're building engagement, then you need to change the way you're presenting your content. It is not really about the content per se, like that is the value that you're going to give. It is more about the container, how you are delivering the content. So engagement is not popularity, guys, it's feedback. I know some clients that will come and say, Elma, I want to get engagement, but me, I'm not interested in being viral. I just want to make sales. No, you need the engagement too. You need it because it is also going to help you get sales. People buy from what? People they know, like, and trust. If they're engaging with you, they know you, they like you, and they trust you already. It is easier to sell to such people. There are people that don't even know you exist from anywhere. So don't take it that if you're trying to be interested in engagements, then you're interested in being popular and all that. Keep it in mind that engagement is also feedback. When you put out something, the engagement can tell you how people receive that thing that you put out. But while you're doing all these things, keep it in mind, don't chase vanity metrics. Who knows what vanity metrics are? Your vanity metrics are all those things that don't necessarily help your bank account. We have things like likes that don't convert. You're not converting them in any way. You're just, in fact, some business owners have made the mistake in the name of building engagement. They've become content creators and not business owners. So you also don't want to be at that other side. You also don't want to be that side. You want to be in a place where you can deliver, or rather you can get in this engagement, but you getting the engagement is not just because you want to become a celebrity, it's because it's going to help your bottom line. So don't chase vanity metrics. Focus on connection, focus on action. So remember that we're not just here to get likes because we feel like getting likes. We are going to make sure that we are connecting with people, which is why we want them to engage, and we're going to help them take a specific action at the end. I always tell my interns that what I teach is content marketing because I'm speaking to business owners. So I'm not teaching content creation because content creation, the way of monetizing it is different. You're going to be an influencer, or you're going to be paid by YouTube or Facebook or TikTok. But content marketing is you're using content with the end goal of marketing your products or services, and it's done differently. So my point here is that in as much as, you shouldn't think engagement is popularity, but also don't spend all your time chasing vanity metrics that are not going to convert or help your bottom line. Make sure that everything, all the metrics you're pursuing are going to help your connection and help your audience take action. All right? So it is something that you need to tell yourself. Every like is a human. It's a human that liked it. Every like is a human. Every comment is a conversation. Every save is a lead. People only save things that they are interested in and they want to visit it later. So use these your metrics to kind of know what you're going to be doing in your future posts. It will help you learn. Remember, it's feedback. So I hope you've been able to pick up because I'm rounding up now, but I'm going to give the people that are just joining us a quick recap of everything we've talked about. Engagement is not luck. You see that thing that they say, oh my God, this person was lucky and went viral. That is one out of thousands of people. Do you know how many people are creating great content, but they are yet to shine? So if it's luck that you're hoping for, the chances are low. So it's not luck, it's by design. A strong hook is going to help people decide whether they're going to stop scrolling and pay attention to what you're saying or to continue going where they were going to. Always give people something to respond to. This is our CTA. Even if you don't have anything to sell, tell them to share to their stories or share to their status. They should send you a DM. They should visit your link in bio. They should like, they should comment. Ask them to do something, even if you don't have anything to sell. Because actually, you are not supposed to be selling every time. You're not supposed to be selling in all the posts. So use these things. There are so many things you can be asking people for, but make sure you ask them for something. So that's it from me, guys. I hope you have been able to pick up something. So I know that a lot of us think that the algorithm is our enemy. It has personal beef with us. Trust me, it doesn't. The algorithm doesn't even know who you are. It's made up of codes and bots. It's not a human. So it doesn't know who you are. And if you're always trying to master the algorithm, trust me, you're going to be stressing yourself a whole lot. I'm telling you this from someone that there was a time I was obsessed with trying to know this algorithm, what's going to work, what's going to trigger it to push me, all that. Instead, you should focus your time and your energy on learning your audience. Because if you can get what your audience like and give it to them, the algorithm is going to be happy with you. and push out your content to even more people. So that brings us to the end of today's live, guys. And I hope you've been able to learn something. I hope I'm going to see you Wednesday by 3 p.m. Remember, we have this live Fix It with Oma every Wednesday by 3 p.m. And if you visit our channel, go to the live section, you're going to see all the upcoming lives for the next few weeks. You can tell it to remind you so that once we go live, when we're about to go live, you're going to be informed that we are about to go live. All right? I'm going to see you in the next one. Have an amazing day ahead. See you next time. Bye-bye.